Hello everybody! So today we're going to be making green lentil curry with frankincense, ginger, and Omani spices. Except that we don't have frankincense or Omani spices on hand. So we're going to start with our cilantro. Then we're going to grab our lime. Now we're going to prep our water. Our oil. And the two spices that we have on hand today are turmeric and ginger. So this is the brand of lentils that we will be using for today. Plugging in that blender, getting it ready for use. So once again, these are all of our spices and ingredients that we'll be utilizing today. We didn't have coconut milk, but we did have evaporated milk, so we will be using that as our topping for the blended up lentils. So first we're going to start by soaking our lentils and letting them rest for a few hours so that they're nice and soft when we put them to cook. You also want to squeeze in a little bit of lime for an extra boost of flavor. The recipe mentions to make sure to mix everything together and cover it up before letting it rest. So now you're going to want to rinse and drain your lentils and make sure they're all nice and clean. Now we're going to transfer them to a pot and add some clean water. And we're going to let that boil for about an hour until they get nice and soft. So make sure to occasionally stir. This prevents anything from sticking to the side of the pots. On the other hand, while your lentils are almost ready, you're going to throw in your oil, your spices, and all of your greens and saute it till it's nice and fragrant. Traditionally, we would put the frankincense, fresh ginger, and fresh turmeric sauteed, as well as the bizarre ashwan. But since we don't have that on hand, this is what we have on hand. This will have to do. So make sure to stir till you start to see it soften, and that should do the trick. So now we're going to transfer all of our cooked ingredients into our blender. So here we have our sauteed cilantro and our spices. Since it got stuck to the pan, we just decided to put a little bit more on there. And for safe measures, we put on our gloves. Make sure they're on nice and tight. Get ready. Now we're going to transfer all the juice and our lentils into our blender. Cover it up. And now you're going to blend until it's smooth. So you should see it start to thicken quite a bit. I let it go for about a minute or so. So it's totally up to whatever texture preference you prefer. So now we're going to open up our carnation milk. This traditionally would have been coconut milk. And you're going to add it at the top along with all your garnishes. Mix it up pretty well. This honestly smelled so good. And I'm sure with all the other spices that we didn't have on hand, it would have tasted even better. And reading the excerpt, you can see that, this was high in fatty acids and it was a very hearty meal. It was a very yummy meal that kept them full and also kept them with a lot of nutrients. So now we're gonna mix everything up and we're gonna give it a try. And honestly, spoiler alert, this was pretty good. I enjoyed it and I think I would definitely make it with the right ingredients and eat it sometime. So yeah, this one was pretty dang good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Cheers!